this video we're going to talk about part selection. This is just example that these are the oil pressure switch. On the screen we have 3 different items, and the price from the cheaper one $16 and retail for $30, or the better quality $38 sells $59. The product line, and the high quality one is the Napa Ignition, and the cheaper one is the Napa Mileage Plus. So Napa always have 2 or 3 lines of the products. One is a high quality, one is a cheaper and relatively lower quality. The decision to be made when you look at a car, if this car is so old and beat up, like this example is 20 years old and it's not really have too much value left, and this customer is not wanting to put a lot of money to fix it up, then we can go with the cheaper parts. If the case it was the newer vehicle and say just only 10 years old and the customer does want to keep the car for longer and keep it running, I would go with the the higher quality Napa Ignition product line. Same thing happens for brakes. And here's the example for the brakes. Right now we look at the brake pads. So the cheaper line, the cheapest for Napa is usually the Proformer. Here we go. Sorry. These are the Napa Proformer. That was the cheapest line that Napa usually carries. So you can sell, the price for those guys are $26. And I would never go with that because my self experience is they produce a lot of the brake dust. They're so dark and black, and even colors your, it covers on your silver rims or alloy rims, make it looks really ugly. So usually the minimum I'll go to is it's $55 for the QE products. That's the minimum I'll go with. And if I can, I'll more leaning towards go to the premium friction, the Napa premium friction. That's their medium line. And for myself, nowadays I always go to the highest line, which is the Adaptive One brake pads. And you can see the cost is $84 compared to the cheapest one. Sorry, that's the Proformer, and the cheapest one's only $26 versus the Adaptive One, it cost $87. So just because I can have the cost on these, so that's why I'm going with it. But for the retail customer, I always to start with, if he likes his vehicle, he wants to longevity and the quality parts, then I would go with this line, which is the Silent Guard. That's the main line that I would the most time recommend. And if for high-end clients, of course, Adaptive One. For the minimum clients, I just go with the QE. And very rarely I would go to the Proformer, unless the customer said I don't really have any money, or I have very, very little money, but I really need to get a problem fixed to get back on the road. That's when I'm gonna just put on these cheapest pads for customers. And same thing for rotors. When we go to the rotors, I always go to the premium ones. And when you're looking at a premium, here we go. So because the premium, do they have coded? Here we go. Premium front rotors. This one, if you look into it, it's actually pretty shiny. It's coated, so it has a silver finish on it. It has a painting or coating on it. It doesn't rust very easily. And if you go to, it doesn't have those value lines. They do have the cheaper one. What is that line? Sorry, I couldn't. It's just a. You can just compare by the cost. The 105. That's a very expensive rotor. That's probably for a commercial one. And even you're looking at the premium ones, they're not that expensive for $43. And don't go by the list number on here, like 135. That's nonsense. Usually we just go to like a 50% margin on the brake parts. So seller for it's 43 for us, then seller for $85 or $86 on this one. That's what I would go with. And again, so Ultra 8 is their brand. Usually it's the cheapest, I think. Yeah, it's $20, but it's, you always have to call them sometimes. If they don't have a stock, you have to call the store, see if they have it. Sometimes they can pull them from different stores. And yeah, just like this is the way I pick the parts. you have to read the customer, trying to figure out what type of customer that is, or based on the vehicle you can tell the condition of the vehicle. You know, this guy, he likes his car, he's willing to spend money on the car, or this guy doesn't care about the car at all and just want the car fixed and keep running. And you can talk to customer too, give them an option like, do you want to go with the high quality products and last longer, or do you just want to go to the bare minimum and get it fixed and can keep driving it and sell it one day? So that's how I'm seeing it, and how do I pick the parts for the customer.